Good evening, America. Tonight on our show we're happy to have former Governor of Alaska and Vice Presidential candidate Sarah Palin. Welcome, Sarah.
Well, gee, thanks for having me, Larry. It's so fun to make it out to the big city every once in a while. You know, see this big old United States of America that God created for us.
Funny thing you should mention traveling. I heard some disturbing stories that I would love to get your take on now that I have you on the show.
Well, as a proud NRA member, I say fire away, Larry. I'm not afraid of anything after that last election.
Okay, I hear that you had some problems at the Anchorage airport?
I wouldn't call them problems, Larry, more like solutions in the making that just didn't quite work out so well. Gosh darn it. You know a moose needs to drop its antlers before it can mate?
Okay. Once again, I have no idea what you're trying to say here. Moving right along. I read online that you showed up at the airport and told that poor girl behind the counter that you didn't even have a credit card or debit card. Is that true?
Larry, I just showed up with my Alaskan driver's license and a smile. It's a liberating thing, to have this kind of freedom.
Right. But you did intend to check some bags, right?
Well, of course, don't be ridiculous, Larry. Everyone knows I have a ton of baggage.
I couldn't agree more. But what did you plan on paying for your bags with?
My credit card, of course.
Of course. It's so clear now.
Yeah, sure. I went right up there and said I want to use one of these fancy check-in machines. And you know what they told me?
I'm all ears. And suspenders.
They said, "Ma'am, this is the Delta counter. You're flying on Alaska Airlines down the hallway." I was so upset. Obviously she wasn't listening to me, Larry. I wanted to use the kiosk to check in. Can you believe these people?
Well, the world is a cruel place, Sarah.
It gets worse. After I paid that awful amount, just for some illegal alien to be able to take my bag, they had the nerve to say that my bag weighed too much. I was outraged. Don't you know that you never comment on a woman's weight?
I think you look great, Sarah, for the record. So what did you do?
Well, they said I had to pay $75 or remove items from my bag that I didn't need to fly with. I mean, this is crazy. Ever since those Democrats took over, they're trying to pay for their socialist healthcare system with my bag fees.
Don't stop now. I'm on the edge of my seat. Literally.
Well, I'm no socialist, Larry. So I started packing a trash bag full of diapers and camouflage hunting gear. I tied it tight and threw it in the sea and hoped it floated across the other side to Russia.
Oh, I can say that I recommend that in the future, Sarah.
Well, I finally made it to the gate and they told me that my flight to New York was going to be delayed. I consider myself one ahead of the game, so I asked them, "Is my flight back to Anchorage going to be delayed too?"
And
they said they didn't know the future. Ha. Gotcha. But guess what? I called today and they informed me that the flight was canceled. So I asked them how long it was canceled for. How's that for progressive?
Wow. I just can't take it anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for tonight. Please, if you see Sarah Palin at the airport, do not get in a line behind her. Do not listen to what she says, and by all means, please be a little more prepared than her if you plan on traveling anytime soon. Thank you, and good night.